Welcome to First Person Defender, where good guy role players come face to face with unknown attackers in real-world scenarios.
Call the police.
Stop right here.
And
Stop right
fight
here.
their way out.
Get down on the ground!
You're about to set my daughter on fire. There's no way I was gonna let that happen.
Get away from her. Get away from her now.
You got me in the shoulder, right through center mass of what I was giving you.
This force-on-force training uses Simunitions, a non-lethal alternative to live ammunition, backed up with live fire training on the range. From home invasions,
Get out of my house.
active killers, and multiple attackers.
Speed kills. Sometimes it's fast speed, sometimes it's slow speed.
Each episode of First Person Defender features a situation straight out of real life.
Get in the damn car.
This could happen to anyone.
This is First Person Defender. On today's episode, a family returns from a shopping trip, only to surprise someone robbing their home.
I'm Jackie Valdetero. I'm from Abbeville, Louisiana. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I homeschool my 2 children, pick up a little extra work with yoga classes. From time to time, my husband works. It's 14 and 7 schedule. And so he's off and away for 2 weeks at a time, and the children and I are home by ourselves. And then he comes home for 7 days and then back out again. My experience with firearms is sort of limited. I have a little bit in my history in general, but only in the last several years have I begun to pick it up again. My children are both interested in hunting, my husband, of course, so I joined them from time to time doing that.
My name is Audrey Valdetero, and I'm 11 years old. I like shooting my bows. I'm in karate. I'm a green belt. I don't have as much experience as the rest of the people in my family because I just started shooting about 3 years ago. I like shooting guns.
My name's Nicholas Valdetero, and I'm 16 years old. I've been shooting ever since I was little. I mean, probably the first time I ever shot a gun, I was probably about 3 or 4 years old, but I've been shooting ever since then, handguns, shotguns, rifles. Whenever my dad leaves, he kind of trusted me to be the man in the house. And I guess if anything would ever happen, I would have to call the cops or just take matters into my own hands if whatever would happen.
In typical fashion, I think that Jackie has kind of taken her role as the home defender almost at a second position. And after listening to her kids talk, it sounds like she might actually be in 4th position because those kids are really experienced. All right, now the scenario is you guys are out shopping for the day. Sounds like something that would normally happen. You're going to pull up to your house, you're going to pull into the carport, you're going to unload your groceries, and the intention is to take the groceries inside the house. All right, and start putting them away in the kitchen. From there, you'll react to whatever stimulus we give you to go into action, okay?
All right. I don't know what to anticipate for this day. A friend of mine asked me to participate, and I thought it would be a good time for us, but also a great learning experience, something that we could take home and possibly use if we had to.
We talked with Jackie earlier, and it doesn't sound like she has a whole lot of personal defense or handgun experience at this time. With her husband being away for weeks at a time, she's got a big task ahead of her.
With your handgun and the training to back it up, a laser gives you the ultimate advantage. This is Condition Crimson, and in Condition Crimson, we stand. Learn more at conditioncrimson.com.
For more than 100 years, the Model 1911 has been by our side through it all. And proudly, it's once again a Remington, America's favorite pistol design by America's most trusted gun maker.
First Person Defender is brought to you by Simunition, Nosler, Remington, and Crossbreed.
The scenario we have in store for Jackie today is her and her kids coming home from a shopping trip. When they enter their house, they're going to encounter someone in their home. Not completely uncommon.
Yes! Get him, Mom!
Index. End exercise.
Oh my gosh.
It hurt?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it hurt.
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Good job. Look.
What
It
happened?
was a surprise. It was a surprise. You had a knife and you were going to attack my daughter. And
You didn't hesitate to use that gun, did you?
no, I didn't. Only after I shot you did I notice you had a knife.
Really?
Yes, but I knew that you had her and that you were threatening her and she was trying to get away and she made enough space between herself and you that I felt like I could shoot.
So you're thinking about at least your target, your backstop and beyond, which is really important because you don't want to accidentally shoot your daughter.
Right.
First scenario, got out of the vehicle, went around the back, got the groceries out of the vehicle, and we walked into the house. And Nick and I put the groceries in the kitchen.
I put the household items in the living room, and then the bad guy grabbed me. I screamed.
When I came around the corner, I saw this big guy tell him to leave her alone, and Nick was in my ear. I know after I put the first shot out there, he kept saying, "Shoot, Mom, shoot," and so I shot again.
Your first shot missed completely, giving me an opportunity to do harm. So maybe that's something we're going to need to work on at the live fire range today, some marksmanship skills.
Going through this scenario, it felt kind of surreal. We've spoken about what would happen if someone were in the house, but that scenario we never played out as a family.
I was like, don't let him kill me.
When people get tunnel vision and they get thrust into situations where they really aren't familiar with what's going on and they don't know what to do, they'll get tunnel visioned in on something. Maybe it'll be the offender's face. As much as was going on in there in that knife, Jackie never saw the knife. So I wanted to talk to Jackie about the fact that it really is about, seeing those sights, seeing a good sight picture, and it really comes down to being all about that trigger. First and foremost, the guy had a big knife, and you closed the distance a little closer than I was comfortable with, okay? Where you fired your first shot from, especially if your first shot's a miss, and he lunges, bad trade. Number two is, you did only fire one shot. What we do when we shoot and we teach defensive shooting is that you shoot until the threat is gone. You did get a hit, but you should have finished shooting me until I went down to the ground. Don't count on me going down with just one hit.
Okay.
Because that stuff only happens in the TVs. You've got all kinds of time, not an infinite amount of time, but you've got all kinds of time to present that pistol and make a precision shot. And that comes down to trigger work. And I've got your pistol. This is the new Taurus view. And you can see that it's got this clear sight on the spot so you can view it working. So I want you to present and aim to the target, bury that front sight in the notch of the rear. So this should be level with the back. So when we put that in there, and the whole time while you're aiming this pistol, you're gonna be squeezing that trigger, just like this. Squeezing that trigger. Now we're gonna add one more element to that, and it's gonna be talking. Because what are you thinking while this guy's holding your daughter?
Get away from her. Why are you in here?
Right, all that stuff. And you could say any one of those things. You could say, "Get your hands off my daughter. Don't you dare harm my daughter." And that first round goes off while you're issuing those commands because you've already made a conscious decision to shoot. This guy has met 3 requirements. He's got means, opportunity, and intent. He has the means to harm your daughter. He has a knife. He has opportunity. He has her in his hands. And he's displayed his intent by being unlawfully in your house, possessing a weapon, and now controlling your daughter against her will. Now grip that pistol the way I showed you. Bury that front sight in that notch and start talking to that target as they're squeezing that trigger. Good. So then after that first shot goes off, let's fire the next 4 right behind it.
Okay.
All right? Talk to this guy, tell him what you want him to do.
Stop! Get your hands off my daughter! Leave her alone, now! Go! Stop!
Good. Excellent. All right, now remember, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to stop talking to fire the gun. Because when you stop talking to fire the gun, that becomes this, which becomes the big miss. Anything could happen if you miss this guy. So we'll stand here, I'll call threat. I'd like you to keep a firm hold on this purse so you can push your hand into that gun, get your grip. Get your hands off her! Don't you dare hurt my daughter! All right, so on my command of threat, you're gonna reach into there, take the pistol out, and deliver 1 shot while you're talking to that target, telling them what you want them to do, okay?
Okay.
Threat, reach, draw, start talking.
Let go of my daughter! Leave her now!
Wow, perfect shot. Next time, I want you to keep yelling at that target, telling it what you want it to do, and I want you to empty all 5 rounds into that target. Threat.
Threat.
Start talking to that guy.
Leave
Tell him
my
what you
daughter.
want him to do. Just get him. Make him let you go. He's not letting her go. You better let her go. All right, very good job. Look at that target.
Coming up on First Person Defender, let's see how Jackie reacts in the second scenario when her family is under immediate attack.
When the bond between hand and gun feels as true as a perfectly placed shot, it's not by accident, it's by design. M&P, advanced by design.
Nosler Defense Ammunition is loaded up front with the bonded performance line of bonded core defense bullets. Professionals trust their next move to Nosler Defense.
First Person Defender is brought to you by Smith & Wesson and Crimson Trace.
In the second scenario, we changed it up to take it from inside of the house to outside the house. The exact same scenario, just totally changed the location, which I knew would catch her off guard.
So this time, I'm the bad guy, and it's not gonna happen inside the house.
Jackie is told to do what she did for the first scenario. Drive up, get the groceries out of the trunk, and go into the house. This time though, trouble is closer than she thinks.
Hey Jackie, how you doing?
Mom!
Oh, good.
Mom!
What?
Get him, Mom!
No.
Get in the house! Get him, Mom!
Leave.
Get in the house!
Get him, Mom!
Get in the house!
Get her away from her! Get away from her!
You're not gonna shoot me! Run back, run back, run back!
Well, caught you off guard?
It did, it did. I didn't expect her to go around the front and be captured by someone. I couldn't see. I was in the back trying to get the groceries out of the vehicle. So I couldn't see. That's why I had to make my way around. But once I heard her scream and I saw her struggling, trying to get away, and this big threat right in front of me, harming her.
I saw some hits connect early on, the first 2 hits. You hit him up here, across here where his arm was. You continued to fire, and you fired until he was no longer a threat. And I could hear you yelling, and I could see you working at it. You went after him, you closed the distance, but you didn't get as close as you did last time.
Okay, I was aware of that this time.
See, that's what this type of training is about. It's about putting your mind in places where it hasn't been. What do you think about the future and your future personal protection plans? Concealed carry in your future, or?
I think there's a possibility. Second scenario, I felt a lot more comfortable. I was still as aware as the first one, but the fear was off because I kind of knew what to expect. Just having the training beforehand, I felt comfortable just reacting and trusting that my reaction would be exactly what it needed to be at that time.
Well, you did a great job today. I like that you gave me energy, enthusiasm on the range. You listened hard, you applied what I told you, and then you came out here and did it under some of the harshest conditions. So it was awesome.
We had a fun time. Thank you so much for having us out. It was a good memory for all of us.
You bet, guys.